Hello everybody, welcome to another tarot reading. My name is Amber and this is Earthy Indigo. I hope that you are doing very well today or tonight or whenever it is that you are tuning in to this reading. Before we jump into the reading, just a few quick announcements. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or purchase any of my merch, you may do that through my website, earthyindigo.com, or you can send me an email, the information that is listed in the description box below. For art inquiries, please send me an email, but in the subject line put art so I know it's for art and not for tarot. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you happen to come across it is when you were meant to hear these messages. With that being said, I could be picking up on past, present, or future energy. Please use your own intuition and discernment to determine where this reading falls for you in your own personal timeline and journey. Please do keep in mind that I am not a licensed doctor, therapist, lawyer, or financial advisor. So any advice, please don't take any advice from me when it comes to any of those categories. Please do make sure that you are always seeking the appropriate professional help and getting the appropriate professional advice for all of those things. Anything that I say within this reading or any reading on my channel or any other platform is just my own personal advice and opinions, things that I have learned along my own personal life journey, my healing journey, and through my own research. I do highly recommend, and I'm a big encourager of, I don't know if that's a word, I may have just made that up. But anyway, do your own research. Knowledge is power, and the number one way to gain knowledge is to learn. So I highly recommend doing your own research. Please do use your own intuition and discernment when it comes to everything, because there is a lot of just BS out there. So make sure that you are trusting your intuition. Okay, I do resonate with being a light worker, a starseed, an indigo, and a divine feminine, and I do pick up messages for those collectives. Today we are looking at getting, I'm looking at getting messages for you, the viewer. So welcome returning subscribers, welcome new subscribers, welcome non-subscribers. I hope that what you all find the messages that you are looking for today. I do want to take this minute to say thank you very much to everybody for all of your love and support. The channel's growth recently has been very amazing to me. I'm pretty blown away. I was thinking about like maybe doing a giveaway or I don't know, like something special to celebrate that. Let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you very much. Liking, subscribing, and commenting is not only a really good way to help the channel's growth and get the video out to more people who may need to hear it as well. But it also helps me tune into who it is that's watching the reading so that I can get more accurate and precise messages for you to help you along your journey. But like I said, today we are looking at getting collective messages. So I'm looking to tune into the Lightworker Collective. If you don't know what a lightworker is, please do your own research. I am not going to go into detail on that in this reading. I do have some channeled songs, so I will be leaving links to those in the links to the music videos in the description box below. If you want to go check them out, I do recommend doing that. Sorry, tea break. Okay, so let's get into this. Also keep in mind if I say things like he, she, feminine, masculine, I am talking about energy. I'm not talking about gender. I'm an intuitive reader and an energy reader. And I don't usually read the cards in reverse unless I feel called to do so, or I'm using a specific deck. This would be the specific deck, but we're going to be getting into that. But first, let's get into channeled messages. Sorry if my throat is like scratchy today. I don't know, like for some reason when I started filming, my throat chakra just started getting really activated. So somebody here might be feeling like blocked on being able to say something, or maybe somebody is learning to speak up for themselves. Apply how it resonates for you. So the first message that I got was a channeled message, and it says shadow work is important so you know how to identify which demons are yours. And I got that message with I was meditating before doing the pre-shuffle for this reading, and I was just thinking about light workers and what it means to be a light worker, and that message came through to me, and I find it to be very for me it was kind of like a little bit funny, but also like enlightening, just kind of funny in a way because it makes so much sense to me. And that is because like if you do shadow work, you learn to be friends with your own inner demons, and when you do that, then you know you know, what is you and what is possibly energy being sent towards you, or energy that you might be picking up on from your environment or from those in your vicinity, especially if you are an empath. And if you maybe don't know that you're an empath or don't really know how to like shield with that. So I found that to be something that was very enlightening, and I was called to share that. So next we have a song. This song has been literally playing in my head since I woke up this morning. It's Are You Ready by Disturbed. And I have some lyrics here. The lyrics are, hold on, let me fix this. The lyrics are you ready? They aren't ready for you to be strong. Are you ready? They aren't ready for you to prove them wrong. Are you ready? They aren't ready for you to be turned into someone who cannot be preyed upon. I really love that song. It's for me, it's a very empowering song. So I will leave a link to the music video in the description box below if you want to check it out, if you feel called to. And then next I have the message: being a light worker is an assignment. We should be called light warriors. And that again goes back to what I was thinking when I was meditating pre-shuffle, I guess, for this reading. And that was when I was thinking about light workers, you know, and when you, like, there's a lot of, that's why I always say use your own intuition and discernment, because there's a lot of, I want to say marshmallow fluff when it comes to like light workers. Yes, being a light worker, you love and light and positivity and all that stuff, you should definitely live in that vibration. That's very high vibrational, but at the same time, you also have to be a little bit realistic in this dualistic reality, which is if there's light, there's the opposite, which is dark. And the dark doesn't always like it when you shine the light, because then they have to go away. And being a light worker sometimes means that you have to learn to protect yourself and defend yourself or shield yourself when the time is necessary. And I feel like collectively that's kind of like a message. There's a lot of light workers that are waking up and that have been waking up over the last few years. I'm getting this feeling of a call to arms. I'm getting another song from, I think it's Tom McDonald. I'm not 100% sure, but it's something along the lines of like lacing up our boots and strapping on our armor, something along those lines. But anyway, like I said, being a light worker is an assignment. Yes, it's a mission. Yes, it's a calling. Yes, it's a life journey, but it's an assignment. You took this assignment before you came here, before you were incarnated here. This is my own belief, from what my understanding is and my belief and what I resonate with when it comes for me personally being a light worker, because I do resonate with being a light worker. So if this doesn't resonate for you, you can leave this. But it was not an easy mission. It's not an easy assignment. But it is an assignment. It is an assignment. It's a mission, and I just feel called to I'm just being personally really reminded of that today, and I'm being called to share that with the Lightworker Collective today as well. So I also have here that somebody could be a grid worker or work with grid lines in some way. Also crystals, somebody might work with crystals or like the earth, but I'm feeling like the crystals like deep, like in underground and like tunnels or something, maybe, like I don't really know. Somebody might also do Reiki. Somebody might find benefit in doing a little research on the Orion Wars, especially if you resonate with being a starseed and you have that longing for home. And then at the very end here, before I started actually filming, I got another song, and this song is Stay in My Lane by S.I.A.T, or Stuck in a Tree. I feel called to say too that the initials S.I.A. or T might be significant for somebody here viewing this, but only take it if it resonates. If you're wondering what I'm drinking tea, which I feel like I actually kind of said before. But anyway, I've got some malachite here. if anybody was curious. So today we're going to be using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Now this deck, I absolutely highly love and respect this deck. This deck will call you out. It will tell you the truth bluntly and lovingly and, you know, very clearly. So this deck is the only deck that I will read the cards in reverse if they come out in the reverse, and I will be reading from the book. So if you're a new subscriber, this is the deck. This is the deck that I read in reverse when I always say that. But I did pre-shuffle, as I always do. I have a ton of oracle cards here as well. We're going to get into the oracle cards after this. I'm not going to be pulling any more tarot aside from the Dreams of Gaia. Just get some messages for you, just like for you, the viewer, wherever you are, whatever, you know, whenever you tune into this. If you are watching this at the time of upload, we are heading into a solar eclipse. We are also in Mercury retrograde. So fun stuff. I definitely feel like this might be needed. But no matter where you are, whenever it is that you tune into this reading, these messages are for you to help you along your journey in life. Just a little guidance. So let's get some messages for the collective, please. Just looking for like one or two to help them on their journey in life. That is way too many. Hold on. We have the Queen of Air, Wisdom. I'm horrible with Roman numerals. I think that might be the 10 of Air. This might be Air. Yeah, the 10 of Air. I don't know if that's a 10, but it's an air sign. And then we have the Queen of Fire. So I'm going to put these back, and we're going to reshuffle. But that might be significant here. So air signs would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then fire signs would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. If you're watching this at the time of upload, we are in Aries season. So that might be significant for somebody here. All right, let's get just one or two, please. All right, thank you. So we have the Queen of Fire again on the bottom of the deck. Somebody could really be a fire sign here. Okay, I'm going to set these somewhere. We'll put these right here, I guess. So we have two here. I think this is the 7 of Earth and the 6 of Fire, which would be the 7 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. I'm not 100% sure though, because like I said, I'm not good at Roman numerals. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, let's start off here with the with this earth energy. I'm gonna start with some intuitive messages, and then we'll get into the book. So for the earth one, I'm getting a sense of somebody here might be going through some sort of like a Kundalini awakening, especially with the snake being here. There's a something with the lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar. There's also something here about knowledge, because there's an apple tree blooming out of this person's head. It's like earth elemental. There could be something here too about some sort of like burning away of the old, or maybe even like healing. Fire as healing of like wounds, because fire can be healing. Interesting. And then with this fire one here, I'm getting a sense of like a compromise. For some, it's a compromise. It could also be like a duel, to be honest. There could be some sort of like opposing forces here. This could be within a connection, but it doesn't have to be the case. This King's Cup here is overflowing, and it's falling on these flowers, which is watering the flowers. It's very interesting. All right, let's get into the book. So we're going to start with the Earth one, like I said, and it is the Seven of Earth, so I was right. So the Seven of Pentacles, page 170. So the number 17 or 8 could be significant to somebody here. 170. Okay. Seven of Earth. Keywords: meditation, grounding, connection, cycles, change, interaction, purification, and stress. Yeah, purification. I was getting that with the fire. I don't know if you can see like the fire on his shoulders. It's like a purifying. Like, you know, if you have a wound and you like burn it and it cauterizes it, but it also purifies it as well. Key phrases: get out into nature, let Gaia heal you, connection between self and the world, all is connected and has influence, address the stress, meditate and still your mind, put down the tech toys, time to physically interact and connect. Meaning: the Seven of Earth symbolizes a need to both nurture and maintain a connection between spirit, self, and the world around you. Ground, integrate, and connect. To feel and embrace this connection does not require any belief in the divine, but a simple awareness that all is connected on an energetic level. At this time, look out into the world to see, feel, and understand the cycles of life and nature and how they affect and influence you. Over time, life and day-to-day demands may begin to wear away at us, making us irritable and reactive, less adaptable and flexible, more fearful of the changes going on within us and around us. All of these things can make us feel alone and disconnected. The Seven of Earth symbolizes the importance of connection and being part of the natural world, but also the need to address areas of potential stress in your life before they become a problem. It is time to meditate and still your mind. Make a habit of taking time to sit and meditate in nature and allow all the stress to flow out of you and into the earth. Breathe deeply and allow yourself to relax and become one with Gaia and Great Spirit. Reconnect. You do not have to believe. Just allow yourself to be still, at peace, and free of the impurities and worries that cloud your senses and good judgment. Okay, so I was feeling before I started filming, I was feeling something here about, okay, so if you're watching this at the time of upload, sorry, my nose is like super itchy. That happens sometimes when I channel. I don't know why. But anyway, if you're watching this at the time of upload, we are, like I said, heading into a solar eclipse tomorrow, which would be April 8th, 2024. But even if you're not, that doesn't really matter. But there's this feeling here of, if you've been watching like a lot of like the stuff that's going on like social media, and I don't know if it's like really in the news because I don't really watch the news, but like it's just kind of like out there. There's a lot of fear being projected out into the world around this solar eclipse that's happening on the 8th. There's a lot of prophecies and a lot of conspiracies and a lot of just, it's just fear. It's just fear. You know what I mean? And for somebody here, they might be kind of like tapping into that. Like that might be something that's a little bit concerning for them. Now, like I said, this is just my own interpretation and my own intuition, my own feeling. I am not feeling any of that at all. Like none of that has been resonating with me. I definitely feel like there's a shift going on, an energetic shift. I mean, we're having a solar eclipse and a Mercury retrograde. Like Mercury retrograde, that brings stuff up. I was going to say the S word, sorry. Brings stuff up from the past. Like it can bring, like, we live in a tech world, right? And that was one of the things, was put down your tech. Well, one of the things that can get affected during Mercury retrograde is technology, communication, you know, like it's very easy, we'll say, to get lost in, and I'm getting another lyric from Tom MacDonald, consumed by the consumer. So it's kind of like it's easy to get like absorbed into that, especially if you are an empath. You can pick up on that energy. You might be picking up on that energy from those that are around you, even if you aren't yourself resonating with that. You know what I mean? Um, for somebody here, there might be a need to just, and that's why I was feeling with that "Stay in Your Lane" by Stuck in a Tree. With that song, why that came through was because somebody here just needs to focus on like your own lane. You know, just don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about, you know, whatever it is that's going on. For some, it might even be the news. Like you might, and do what you want to do. But for somebody here, you might need to like maybe not watch the news as much. You know what I mean? Or like, don't feed into the fear. Be careful what you're feeding yourself, and that it's not just food, it's not just water, it's also like what you're feeding your emotional state, what you're feeding your mental body, what you're feeding your psychological state. You know, like it's all connected. Everything is connected. Your body, your mind, your spirit, it's all connected. So you have to make sure that you're taking care of everything equally. And if you're feeding yourself fear and you're feeding yourself that's negative energy, that's not good. That's like eating like a bunch of, you know, donuts and then wondering why you have a tummy ache. Well, you know, the fear is the donuts. You're eating too much of it. That's just gonna, if that doesn't resonate for you, then leave that. That's just what I'm getting here, okay? So let's move on to this fire here. I'm gonna say that's the Six of Wands. So I could talk about victory. So somebody here might be becoming victorious over maybe their own energies. It could be shadow work. Like I said, I really am feeling like somebody was getting shadow work. I flipped the page and we got the Child. Somebody here could have a child. That doesn't have to be the case. Somebody here might be healing childhood wounds. Take what resonates. So yeah, the Six of Fire, 245, which would reduce down to the number 11. That's a master number. 245. Okay. Six of Fire. Healing, meditation, negotiation, arbitration, truce, boundaries, support, and diplomacy. Okay, so it's another card talking about meditation. So somebody here might really need to meditate, or they are meditating. And then boundaries, you know, somebody here might be working on boundaries, but I was getting that feeling of like negotiating, like a truce, like that. I'm really feeling pulled to those words, negotiation and truce. So apply how it resonates for you. Key phrases: resolution is needed, communication and diplomacy required, be willing to make concessions, let go of bias, be open-minded, two sides to every disagreement, know the facts, understand your rights, don't be stubborn. Meaning: the Six of Fire represents a time of healing through meditation, negotiation, or arbitration. It is a time when communication and diplomacy is required in order to end a conflict or dispute. There are times in our lives when we may find ourselves caught up in a dispute or conflict after boundaries have been crossed, or our feelings hurt or ego bruised. If lines of communication remain open and both parties are willing, the conflict can be resolved. However, there are times when both parties find themselves unable to find or maintain the middle ground, and if they must continue to work or play a part in each other's lives, a mediator is required to negotiate or arbitrate a truce. There are two sides to every disagreement, and there are times when both parties involved can be right, and times when both parties can be wrong. But for there to be a good outcome, both parties must first be willing to at least hear each other's point of view. There are times when that will only happen if a mediator steps in to hear both sides without bias. Sometimes mediation is all that is required, and the simple act of allowing both parties to air their grievances and present their points of view allows them to come to a resolution on their own. There are also times when arbitration will be required because neither party is willing to make concessions or allowances for the feelings or rights of the other. It is left to the arbitrator to determine who is in the right based upon the laws of the land. Even if a complete resolution cannot be achieved, the Six of Fire asks that we remain conciliatory at this time. An open mind and a willingness to meet the other party halfway will stand us in good stead. In good stead. Stead? I think it's stead. The Six of Fire may also represent a pending legal situation where rules or laws have been broken, and, as a result, harm has been done to another. The law will determine who is right and who is wrong. Justice will be served. In this circumstance, be sure to keep your emotions under control and have your facts straight. Remain respectful of the laws that are in place, and be both courteous and considerate at all times. Your behavior, your attitude, at this time may have bearing on the outcome, as will a sound knowledge of your rights and responsibilities. Do not allow a lack of awareness or immoderate behavior place you at a disadvantage. Damn, that was heavy. Okay, I feel like we should kind of I honestly kind of feel like we should pull a card on that. I want to kind of pull a card on that. So somebody here, you might be going through some legal stuff. I mean, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, or a legal advisor in any way, so don't take any advice from me when it comes to that. It could just be like having somebody step in. For some, it could be like counseling of some sort. Maybe family counseling or marriage counseling, or like an actual like mediator. You know, it could be something to do with, for some, custody, or like a divorce situation. I don't know, apply it how it resonates for you. It could just even be something as simple as like you and your sibling are fighting, and your mom has to sit there and be like, all right, you guys, like, let's figure this out. That kind of a thing. You know what I mean? It could also be two parts of your own self that are fighting. Let's see. I'm honestly not feeling it that way though. Okay, let's get some messages for the collective, or sorry, let's clarify this Six of Wands here, the Six of Fire. So we have the Moon and we have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So for some of you, this could be something that you might not see coming. This might be something coming in quickly. For some, it might take you by surprise. For others of you, there could be some sort of a revelation being brought in by communication, or by, I don't know, working things out. Like whatever the situation is, sometimes, like the cards was saying, like hearing the other person's point of view can help you to see things from their point of view that I'm being reminded there's I don't know if it's like a poem or a proverb or a joke maybe even, but it's talking about all of these different my left hand is itching. That to me indicates the left hand is for love. So this could have something to do with a romantic connection, but it doesn't have to be the case. Love is unconditional. But anyway, there's it talks about there's 4 or 5 different people, and they're all looking at an elephant, but they're all looking at a different part of an elephant. One person is looking at the trunk of an elephant. One person is looking at, the right leg. One person, the right front leg. One person is looking at the right back leg. One person's looking at the rear end. Like, they're all looking at different parts of the elephant, and that's the only part of the elephant that they can see. So in their point of view, in their mind, that's what an elephant looks like. So when asked to come together and describe to each other what an elephant looks like, they start fighting, because each one of them knows that what an elephant looks like based on their own point of view on the section of the elephant that they have seen. And it takes I don't know if it takes another person or how it comes about, but they end up realizing that they have to actually put their perspectives together, all of them putting their perspectives together. It's like a puzzle piece, and that is what makes the whole elephant. So it's kind of like a stepping, it's like the broader picture. There could be something here too of people bringing in facts or information that maybe brings some sort of enlightenment or revelation regarding a situation or a point of view. Okay, that makes more sense, or that there's that missing puzzle piece, and there could be a connecting of the dots as well. Apply it how it resonates for you. Okay, So let's get some message, some oracle cards here. I'm gonna put these over here. I'm gonna take a sip of tea. Let's do some inner effing peace. Now these do have bad words on them. I won't be saying them, but you can read them if you want to. They're just really positive cards, inspiration, motivation. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right, so first we have Zen AF. Chakras loaded and ready. Dude, seriously, that's this card right here. Like, that person has their chakras loaded and ready for sure. Somebody could really be meditating. I'm telling you, I feel like somebody either has or is going through a Kundalini awakening. I'm just really getting that Kundalini awakening, you know, like the snake going all the way up. And I was sitting on this dude's shoulder like, hey, what's up? All right. We have chill the F out. And breathe the F in. One word, meditate. Dude, for real. Seriously, like, I think if there's one thing that we can take away from this reading, it's meditate. Tame the poop show by finding calm in the chaos. Seriously, though, I'm telling you, this is talking about the energies going on right now at this time. Whenever it is that you are watching this, there is a poop show going on around you. It's time to find calm in the chaos. Like, you don't have to get involved. You really don't have to get involved. Stay in your own lane. You know what I mean? Peace starts with releasing the BS. Visualize world peace. Some of you might be doing visualization techniques, maybe affirmations, or what's the other one? It begins with an M. Manifestations? I don't know if that's it. Anyway. We have busy transcending BS. That's so funny because this one right here said, peace starts with releasing the BS. Busy transcending BS. So somebody is literally doing that. Somebody is actually like, whatever, I don't care. You know, I'm staying in my own lane. Why would you, like, seriously though, like, my guys are like, why would you even want to hold on to BS anyway? That's probably smelly. Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. Pick one thing beyond your control and let it go, just like that. I'm telling you. Oh, that was the back of this one. So for some of you, maybe it's whatever this, maybe it's this conflict. Maybe some of you are letting go of it, letting go of the conflict. Or maybe it has something to do with, like, I'm also kind of getting this feeling of, like, boundaries. Maintaining your boundaries. That might require you to, like, let go of people or situations or mindsets even. And then we have, a wise woman once said, F this stuff, and she lived happily ever after. And then the back says, seriously. Okay, let's get some unicorn affirmators. I'm only going to get a few of these because they have kind of longer messages. I've already done a lot of reading from the book. Okay, we have friendliness. Whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. Today, I will remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. Note, in a pinch, money will also work. I think that's just a reminder to stay positive. Let's get some messages from the universe. So first, well, we have a few of them. Okay, so we have 4. So for somebody here, the number 4 might be significant. Number 44 might be significant as well. Somebody might be seeing 44 or 4s in repeat. We have, don't be afraid to say, I love you or thank you to those who deserve to hear it. Don't be scared of embarrassing yourself or appearing soppy. You will never regret a heartfelt I love you or a message of appreciation. You will only ever regret not saying it. If you are worried you don't have the strength to move on, think of how much strength you are using to hold on. Then redirect that energy and enjoy your life. Perspective. Perspective shift. We are always speaking to you and sending you messages. When you feel like you are alone in a situation, just know that you are never truly alone. We are reminding you to stop, look around, and believe in something else, something more. We've got your back. And then last we have prioritize self-healing right now. Put your needs above others for once. It's time to focus on you. Self-healing takes time and a lot of self-love. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is no rush. There really is. There is no time limit on healing. There's no time limit on healing. We all heal in our own time. We all have our own healing journey. So don't worry about it. You're good, boo. You're good. All right. Let's get some light worker messages for the light workers. For the light workers, please. That's a lot, but it's okay. Ooh, it's a whole lot. A whole lot. Okay, first we have mirror. Who or what is triggering you right now? Shadow work. I also really strongly feel, I always feel divine partner, twin flame, higher level soulmate, whatever you resonate with the mirror, because, divine counterparts are mirrors, right? That's where the triggering comes in, because you hold a mirror up to each other and show each other, your not so beautiful sides. But you have to love that anyway. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but it's really it's so much better when you do. And to be honest with you, those parts of you just want love too. It's not their fault that they look like angry demons. I feel like there's an anime show or something that I'm getting this reference to, but I don't know which one it was. I think it's from one that I saw when I was little, but I don't remember. But it has something to do with that. Somebody looking scary, but it was just because they were hurt. I don't know. I might be thinking of The Labyrinth, honestly. Have you ever seen The Labyrinth with David Bowie? And what's her name? Jennifer Connelly. There's this part where she meets this monster, and he's hanging upside down, and he's being tortured by these goblin things, and she saves him, and he's really scary and stuff like that. But it turns out that he's really just a big teddy bear, and it's kind of like that. Looks can be deceiving, I'm being told. We have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Bum, bum, bum. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. For some of you, I'm feeling like that true north is your north node. And if you don't know what that is, it's in your natal chart. If you don't know what your natal chart is, you can go to astro.com. I'm not affiliated or sponsored or associated with them in any way, but I have actually literally been using them for years. And they have a bunch of free readings on there, but you can go put your information in and it'll show you your whole entire natal chart. So you can find out what your north node is. And then I'm pretty sure that you can also go in there and find out like information on like what a north node is and what a south node is and like all of that fun stuff. It's a rabbit hole. Enjoy, Alice. Okay. We have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Yeah. Spirit Team. Starseed, what lights you up? So some of you might resonate with being a starseed. That might be why I got the message of looking into the Orion Wars. For some of you, that might be beneficial for you. It might be, for some, it might be healing, you know? Especially, like I said, if you were having that longing for home. It kind of provides you a little bit with, like, an understanding of, like, why you have that feeling. We have Get Grounded, Empaths, Highly Sensitives, Connect with Nature. It will also help you kind of understand of the feeling of being a light warrior and the light versus the dark, you know, for those who need to hear it. Again, another rabbit hole. Priestess. This is another one talking about connecting with nature, though. So for some of you, you might need to go, somebody here might need to go walk outside barefoot. Like, go walk, go take your shoes off and just go outside and be barefoot. Like, that's the best way to connect with nature, is to, because when you have socks on or you have shoes on, like, there's a barrier there between your actual, like, skin and Gaia. So go walk barefoot. Like, go, if you like live next to the ocean, like, or you have the ability to like find mud or dirt or something, just like go stick your feet and your toes like in the sand or like in the dirt or in the water or something like that, you know, like literally connect with it. It might be, it might help you ground. For some, it might help you with, it might help you ground. Work on that root chakra, you know. All right, Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Priest, priestess, light workers. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? That is your intuition, my dear. The gut feelings are guardian angels. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Let it go so you can grow. Let it go so you can grow. I like that. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I'm telling you. Sorry for the hiccups. I'm telling you, somebody here needs to connect with the earth. I mean, who on earth is more ancient than Gaia? You know what I mean? Like, pun intended. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Yeah, I told you. There's a lot of people waking up. A lot of light workers. Lumeria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. And then Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Have faith and trust. Okay, let's do this one. This is what is this one? I think it's my awakening intuition. Yeah. Awakening intuition. Now this deck is it's not technically new, I guess, anymore. Can you cooperate? Thank you. But I don't use it very often, so it's like it is really sticky. So sometimes it doesn't give me cards, and so if that's the case, we'll go through a couple times, and if I don't get any cards, then I'll just pull from the top. So let's get some messages for the collective. All right, there we go. We've got some. So the first one we have is the number 13. Again, another number 4. 1 and 3 would reduce down to a 4. So 4 or 44, 444, all those I feel like could be really significant to somebody here. I'm also getting Cancer energy and possibly even the 4th house. This could have something to do with a family. It doesn't have to be the case though. Somebody here could definitely have like a child or be dealing with like childhood wounds. For some, there's some sort, it could be something to do with like custody or something like that. But that's only going to be specific. So if that doesn't resonate for you, then that's not for you. And it's only clarification, you know. So if it's new for you, if you like don't know what I'm talking about, and it freaks you out, that's not for you. Okay, that's just clarification on something that somebody already knows. You know what I mean? Okay, so we have cultivate energy awareness. Improving your intuition requires understanding energy, its power, its proximity, its nuances, and its importance. Notice energy, your energy, the energy of other individuals and groups, the energy of situations and opportunities, the energy of physical spaces, and the fluctuations in world energy. Name and describe types of energy you encounter. Y'all, for real, I feel like this is very much talking about that message I got. What was it? Shadow work is important so you know how to identify which demons are yours. That's how to identify your energy versus somebody else's energy, you know, because like we all have our own emotions. Like we're only human, right? So everybody is going to feel angry, everybody is going to feel frustrated, everybody's going to feel sad, everybody's going to feel happy, like everybody's going to feel all of these things. But there's a difference between it being your energy, like you feel angry because that's your energy that's coming out for whatever reason, versus you're feeling angry because you're picking up on the energy from your environment, or you're picking up on the energy from those that are around you, or somebody's sending it to you. Do you know what I mean? So that's where like I feel like the connection between this card, that message. Does that make sense? I really hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's hard for me to like articulate the messages that I'm getting, the downloads that I'm getting. Into human words. It'd be so much easier if we could just all figure out telepathy and like just not even have to like slow ourselves down with these vocal words anymore. See, I can't even like. Anyway, okay, let's just move on. The number 19, which would reduce down to the number 1. So we have notice intuitive thoughts, downloads, and epiphanies. Claircognizance. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Claircognizance, the intellectual psychic pathway, is trying to break through the noise in your noggin. Instead of analyzing, notice insightful thoughts appearing fully formed in your mind. Out of the box epiphanies, large and layered chunks of wisdom arriving instantly like a computer download, and aha realizations. A calm, still mind creates more room for guidance. Thank you. That was like a perfect explanation. I don't think I could ever be able to fully put that into words, but yeah, there you go. If you're wondering what it's like to get channel messages, that's what it's like. I was also getting, for some reason, like while I was reading that, like a big giant chocolate chunk cookie, like with the big giant chunks of chocolate, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That might be significant to somebody here, but that's what I was getting. A big giant chocolate chip cookie. That sounds delicious. All right, let's move on. We have the number 29, which would reduce to an 11. We have 11 again. So 11 could be significant for sure. Somebody might work with Ascended Masters. Somebody might be from a line of Ascended Masters. I don't know. Apply it how it resonates. We have a utilize your co-creative power. Life is a dance, alternating between spirit leading, external and organic forces leading, and you leading. Currently, you may have more room to maneuver, pushing your agenda forward with some fancy footwork. Utilize your intuition for more co-creative power in your everyday life, even if you're experiencing restriction. Transformation is in the air. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, and then last we have the number 31, which would reduce to a 4, another 4, and a 44. So definitely 4s. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. You know, when I was younger, there was a commercial for a like a legal team or something like that. I don't know, and it was all 4s for legal help. So again, it comes back to the legal help. So that might also again be significant for some. I'm also feeling like if you can, what is it, like you can do like 411 or something like that, and it'll take you to like I don't know if that's like, it takes you to like help or something like that, like information for like a county or a city. I'm not entirely sure, but that might be significant here as well. Somebody might work for a county, might work for their county or their city. Somebody might work in the government in some way. Somebody here might work in the legal field. That could be why the legality stuff is, or might be connecting with somebody who works in the legal field in some way, like a lawyer or a paralegal or something. They could even just like be a secretary for a lawyer's office, like I don't know, like something like that. Like there's something here to do with that, but only apply that if that resonates. Somebody could also be a Libra. Okay, moving on. So create sanctuary spaces. Your sixth sense is operational in any space, yet certain spaces soothe your sensitive nervous system, expand your energy body, and enhance overall intuition. Tidy, aesthetically pleasing spaces with less physical stimuli like soft sounds, fabrics, and lighting create sanctuary. Incorporate natural elements like flowers, crystals, sunlight, or natural sounds, or natural incense for extra good vibrations. Interesting. I was picking up on crystals too. So somebody here might have like gotten crystals, or they might be like putting crystals around. Somebody here might need to charge your crystals, but don't do it during an eclipse. Maybe wait for the full moon. Or just wait till the eclipse energy is past. Like I would give it a couple of days. I always give things like when it's celestial, I always give them like a couple of days before and after, because you know, time is relevant to us here on Earth. It's not relevant out in the universe. Energy doesn't abide by time, I'm hearing. Okay, let's do this one. This is a my self-care deck. So there are a few different ones in here. So let's see. Again, this is just like the highly intuitive, or the intuitive one. It's very sticky. I want to see if we can get one more. Okay, I guess not. So we're just gonna get those. It is not really technically new. I've had both of them. I bought them at the same time, but I've had them both for a few months now, I think. I just don't use them very often. I guess I should use them more. So we have 3 reflection cards, which I feel like kind of goes hand in hand with the meditation messages that we were getting here. That is super cold. That's okay though. Okay, the first one we have is when I loved myself enough, I began leaving whatever wasn't healthy. That meant people, jobs, my own beliefs and habits, anything that kept me small. My judgment called it disloyal. Now I see it as self-loving. And that's a quote by Kim McMillan. Take a few moments to reflect on ways you loved yourself today. What did you leave behind that wasn't healthy? I highly resonate with that message. I love that message. Especially the quote. Okay. The time to relax is when you don't have time for it. And that's a quote by Sidney J. Harris. Take the time to relax and unwind before bed, without your phone or other media. Read a book, journal your thoughts on the day, or simply sit outside with the quiet and the night sky. Do your best to avoid screen time during this relaxation time. So yet another one talking about putting down your technology. And I'm really feeling it has something to do with whoever that message is resonating for, whatever you're connecting with on, you know, maybe it's not even like that you're watching the news. Maybe it's social media. You know, like whatever it is, it's giving negative energy to you, to your life, to your energy field, to your aura. I don't know. But I feel like that's where that message is coming from for some. I'm also kind of getting somebody here might need to do an aura cleanse. You might need to cleanse your aura. Maybe do it daily if you don't already. Okay. And then last we have the perfect man of old looked after himself first before looking to help others. And that's a quote by Chang Zhu. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It says, take some time to be outside this evening. Breathe in the fresh air and breathe out the stresses of the day. Watch the sunset or reflect on the vastness of the universe as you stargaze. Enjoy Mother Nature and all she has to offer. Y'all, some of you need to meditate need to go outside and meditate. For some of you, there could be something to do with like nighttime. Maybe it has to do with like, maybe you stargaze, or watch the sunset or something like that. Like maybe it's something that you haven't done for a while. Maybe for some of you, especially if we're resonating with the starseed message, that might be something that I don't know, stargazing just might be something that you really do, or feel called to do. So we're gonna get some soul truths oracle, and then we're gonna call it a day or night, whenever it was that you were tuning in here. I really hope that these messages, we're gonna just keep going. I really hope that these messages were helpful and that they resonated. Please do hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like I said, it does help the channel's growth and the messages get out to other people who may need to hear them as well. And then it does also help me tune in on to the energy of those who are watching. Okay, so if you are doing, what's it called? I was going to say soul work, but I guess it is kind of soul work. Shadow work, or if you do journaling, these can be really good journaling prompts or shadow work prompts. So take that if that resonates. All right, first we have, what do I resist feeling right now? We have to feel it to heal it. I'm going to say that again for those in the back. We have to feel it to heal it. In order to let go of pain, we first have to honor its existence. Emotions are like waves. Some are soft and some are fierce. Some are layered and some will sweep you off your feet. When we allow ourselves to feel it all, we can then release what no longer serves us. Today's soul action. Allow yourself to feel this wave. Let it move through you, no matter how long it lasts. Then release it back into the ocean. Feel it, heal it. Enjoy the sweet freedom within your soul. I love it. I love it so much. I always say that. And here's the thing too, like, if emotions come up and you don't feel it and you just kind of like shove them back down, not only is that the opposite of like the healing that you're kind of like, if you've been working on healing, you're like taking, 3 steps back after you just took 1 step forward, you know what I mean? But it can also cause physical things. Like it can cause indigestion, it can cause stomach problems, it can cause insomnia, it can cause headaches, it can cause, like, depending on what it is, it can cause physical ailments. Please do make sure that you're consulting a doctor if you are experiencing any of those things, just to, cover all your bases. I am not a doctor, but, that's just energy, baby. How can I be more flexible right now? I feel like that's a second message we've gotten on being flexible. What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Today's soul action. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. I think that's a beautiful message to end on. So that's all that I have for you guys. Like I said, I really hope that these messages helped and that they resonated with you and that they were helpful. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night or whenever it is that you are tuning into this reading. And I hope that you can navigate these energies smoothly and with confidence and grace. That's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.